This film is epic to all epicness. Hi guys, I just finished watching The Gate. Usually I kind of gravitate more towards 90s horrors. You guys know that it's my guilty pleasures, but I definitely have, you know, room in my heart of hearts for the 70s and 80s classics. Although, you know, obviously I love the really old school horror and I love like Universal Monsters and all that kind of stuff. The Gate is something that I'm really surprised I didn't know about because it does seem like one of those kind of 70s, 80s classics. So that's what I was trying to say. This film is epic to all epicness. The film is about a boy whose parents are going away for the weekend or like a 3-day trip, and he accidentally opens the gates to hell. It is pretty fucking cool, and it's one of those films that you just, that all the dynamics are really different. He's with his older sister who's like babysitting him, but he actually really has this really good relationship with her, which is really odd. They have like the annoying friends come over for a party and she's like telling him to like shut up and leave him alone and things like that, and it's just not what you expect. It does have a lot of unexpected kind of cool aspects to it as well, like mixed media. They have these little goblin things that I fucking love. And also I felt like the arc of the film is very odd. As an hour in, it feels like it really peaks and that's kind of the ending, but then I'm like, there's still half an hour to go, so something more has to happen. So I thought it was really interesting and I really enjoyed kind of like more of an adventure kind of horror. All of the characters were really simple but interesting, and I don't know, it's kind of like one of those films that are kind of spelt out for you, but it still was just super epic. Epic in every way. They really went all out with the special effects and the whole like evolution of hell taking over, which I loved. One thing I did notice is that the film, unlike some horrors, did have actual reactions to creepy things. Sometimes in horror movies, something tragic will happen or scary and people won't react in a way that I think that is realistic. And I felt like this film actually had that, which was great. It also had really creepy dreams, which I'm all for. This is the way I dream. And I think that it was kind of like Salem's Lot in a way. Like that's what it reminded me of. It was super like fantasy meets adventure meets horror, 80s classic, and it was just fucking epic, really. One thing I will mention though is it did have a lot of homophobic language, which I guess was a thing that was more accepted in the late 80s, which is fucking awful, but it was just uncalled for, and hopefully they can recut it without that because it was just stupid. Anyway, in saying all of that, I did really like this film, and I do feel like I've been giving out too many 7s lately, but I'm not going to change the score to give a film just because I feel like I've been giving out too many of it. So for that, I'm giving it a 7. I thought this film's really good, and I think it's a film that I recommend to all of you guys. So of course I'm going to rate it 7. Although the subject matter wasn't particularly geared towards my interests, I really did enjoy it and I can really see why it was recommended. So thank you very much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for another 31 days of horror. Can you believe we're on the last week, guys? It's the home stretch. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.